I will put an end to the corrupt banking system.
Andrew Jackson said, "The bank is trying to kill me, but I will kill it first." In 1816, Congress passed a bill establishing a privately owned central bank, the Second Bank of America. The bank was ran by a man named Nicholas Biddle, who was associated with the Rothschild family. The federal government bought 20% of the shares paid up front by the Treasury. Then, through fractional reserve banking, the money was transformed into loans that were given out to private investors, who bought the remaining shares. A third of the shares were bought by foreign entities. Just 3 years after the second bank's creation, panic ensued of an economic crisis. After 12 years of economic manipulation from the bank, people had enough and ran Andrew Jackson for presidency. After Jackson's victory in 1828, he wasted no time going after the bank. He fired over 2,000 of the 11,000 federal employees that had ties to the bank. In 1832, with his re-election approaching, the bank struck back. They asked Congress to pass a renewal bill 4 years early. Congress sent the bill to Jackson, which he then vetoed. Congress attempted to override Jackson's veto, but failed. Jackson said the hydra of corruption isn't dead yet. Jackson traveled across the nation campaigning for his re-election, making him the first to ever do so. His campaign slogan was Jackson and no bank. Jackson won by a landslide in 1832. He fired his first and second appointed Secretary of Treasury for not following his order to begin withdrawing from the bank and placing the Treasury's deposits elsewhere. He then appointed Roger B. Taney, who started withdrawing the deposits on October 1st, 1833. The bank's head, Nicholas Biddle, somehow convinced the Senate to reject Taney's nomination. With the bank in fear, Biddle threatened to cause a depression by making money scarce if the bank was not rechartered. Nicholas Biddle made good on his threat and sharply contracted the money supply by calling in old loans and refusing to issue new ones. Panic ensued, and Biddle blamed Jackson, saying it was caused by the withdrawal of federal funds from the second bank. The media blamed Jackson as well, causing Congress to formally rebuke Jackson's actions. But due to lack of oversight on the bank and it being unconstitutional, Congress voted against rechartering the bank in 1834. Congress established a committee to investigate if the bank had caused the crash. When they showed up armed with a subpoena to examine the books, Biddle refused to hand them over. He also refused to testify to the committee. Later on, Biddle was arrested and charged with fraud. On January 8, 1835, Jackson paid off the national debt. A few weeks later, on January 30th, an assassin named Richard Lawrence attempted to assassinate President Jackson. After Lawrence failed, he was found not guilty due to insanity. He bragged around town that his powerful friends in Europe put him up to the task and would protect him if he were to get caught. In 1836, when the bank's charter expired, the Second Bank of the United States ceased functioning, ushering in the longest period in our nation's history without a central bank. Jackson had successfully slain the beast, but just as he warned, it was a hydra of corruption. Cut off one head and another grows back.